opportunities between academia, startups, and the oneM2M ecosystem. I now invite Ms. Purnima Shandilya, a oneM2M mentor at CDOT, to deliver her talk on oneM2M and its initiatives. Welcome, Ms. Purnima. Introduction again. Good afternoon, everyone. This session is about oneM2M hackathon participation and teaching material for oneM2M and how we do mentoring at CDOT for CCSP platform onboarding. Yeah. So before I begin, I would give special thanks to oneM2M mentors, Bob Flan, Andreas Kraft, Miguel Swangman, and others who have made this content. So, oneM2M Hackathon event is about developing a game-changing IoT solution that addresses a pressing problem of environmental or societal challenges. It can be to solve any enhance urban living, or to develop a solution in the agriculture field, or to solve a pollution problem, or water management, so that we create a sustainable world and make a lasting impact. So you have to develop solution by building on the capabilities of oneM2M standards, so that you are not developing your solution from the scratch. So any of the available implementation of the CSE can be used in the hackathon event or for the development of IoT solution. So for participation, anyone from university, academia, startups, industry can participate in hackathon event. And where you can find information, you can join oneM2M page on LinkedIn, where there are flyers and information posted about any events. And you can also follow events page on oneM2M website. So typically, hackathon event is an 8-week event, and first there is a kickoff meeting that happens online, and then there is a 2 months period where the development happens and the technical support period. So this happens over Discord app, where the mentors and the team members of each participant team join, and they ask questions about oneM2M, they ask questions about their solution if they have. So the mentors help them to solve those problems, and then they have a deliverable submission, where they submit their project on hackster.io, they submit their source code on GitHub, they submit their video on YouTube, and then we have an award ceremony at the conclusion, which happens online through Teams. So as part of the deliverable of the project, it is expected that a clear guide, a project is submitted with a clear write-up which describes that what IoT solution is solving, what problem it is solving, and what features of oneM2M are availed in solving that problem, and what devices, sensors, actuators, or platforms are used in the development of the project, and link to the GitHub repository, and a short 5-minute video which shows the solution in action. So for communication, as I mentioned, that we have a Discord app where different channels like help wanted, announcements are created, where you can ask your questions, and private channels can also be created on request. So this is just a snapshot of the Discord app which we use. So the key requirement is that the solution must use oneM2M implementation and protocol in an efficient way, and it can use any open source implementation such as Mobius, Acme, oneM2M, and any other implementation. So CDOT Common Service Platform launched under COI initiative can also be availed for participation by Indian participants. And for more details, you can visit at coi.cdot.in. So the evaluation criteria for hackathon event is typically the innovative use of oneM2M. Like what features are you using? Are you using just basic features, or there are some advanced features like text container, time series, and if you're using security, if you are using the complex scenarios, like you have a gateway deployment in your use case, or you have multiple protocols used like HTTP, MQTT, QAP in development of your solution, and how much you collaborated by development of your project, that it shows your understanding basically. So these are the links for some teaching materials. You can find some videos of oneM2M advanced tutorial on YouTube, and there is a MOOC which is created by Hyderabad University, and then there are Jupyter notebooks which gives introduction to oneM2M, and now we have recent edition which are recipes at oneM2M recipes, which provide technical recipes and have small code examples which can be used by developers to get started. So we also have TR0057, which is getting started with oneM2M. This provides high-level descriptions of the main functionalities and features. So it is an entry point before going more deeply into the standards. So for mentoring for oneM2M in India, what we do, we have our COI, and where, as you can see that there is a register for collaboration button. And once they register, they get a sign in. Then they sign into the CCSP platform, and then there are tutorials. Yeah. So then there are tutorials, watch tutorials, then there are onboarding manuals and guides which are present on our website, and some links where they can see the resources, and then they can see the service agreement related details. And further, if they find further, if after the manual or tutorial they are not able to understand, then they can go to the contact us tab and reach out to us at ccspadmin@cdot.in. And once they reach out to us, then we form a WhatsApp group also for them, and then we associate developer with each team. So typically, what we found that generally they do not feel any problem in registration or the container or CI subscription process. And generally, the security process remains the difficult one for the vendors. Once the security process is through, where they're able to generate certificates, they're able to go through the security process, the other steps are simpler for them. So that's how we do it. So there is a guideline also. Yeah, you can see at the so you can find at the COS website where the key links for an application developer which needs to be referred to get started are present. So yeah, this is all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Purnima. I now invite Mr. Luigi Edipuri from India to deliver his talk. Mr. Luigi Edipuri is a senior researcher at India, the National French Institute for Research in Computer Science and Automation. He'll be joining the conference remotely. And welcome, Mr. Luigi. The floor is yours, and the time for your presentation is 6 minutes.
So, 6 minutes. I can.
You take your time.
Okay, so sorry. So thank you very much for this invitation. Hello to everybody. I am Luigi Liquori from INRIA, the National Institute of Computer Science in France. So I am very glad to be here with all of you and to share my personal research and standard experience. And this is essentially my manifesto. So I am a really enthusiast of standard and standardization because I really believe in standard. and I am also involved in M2M IoT application using the oneM2M the oneM2M standard. So this is a snapshot of some application that I am currently developing at INRIA. So I also teach oneM2M to our enthusiastic student in France, and I also believe in open source oneM2M stacks, and I strongly support it. Uh, I believe that research and academia should work hand in hand with standardization. And I am also involved concerning research in improving oneM2M routing feature, of course, in the future V5 version with advanced semantic discovery feature. So just to give you an idea, just to give a very quick idea of what we would like to do at oneM2M, we really takes the eye of IoT seriously. So when one object here, I hope you can see my laser pointer. When an object here is registered in oneM2M stack, it is very difficult that this object can be accessible in these other in CSC stack and etc. So what we would like to do in the future, in the near future of oneM2M standard, is to making all IoT object discoverable, which is a really a huge step in the paradigm of oneM2M, much more close to the high of internet. So today oneM2M, you can recognize the oneM2M expert. This is essentially one tree which represent the oneM2M, old oneM2M device, the ADN, the MN application entities, and this one is the root of the tree based topology. So today, oneM2M, we use a kind of a request forwarding, which is bounded inside the tree network of the infrastructure. So what we would like to do in our work is to try to scale up this tree-based routing by allowing to forward request in a different imaging that you have a number of tree connected each other using the MCC prime. This is pointer. This definition is quite technical. The MCC prime pointer is the pointer is this one that is on the top of the in CSC that allow an infrastructure node to be linked with other M2M service provider. So maybe, hopefully, in the V5, we may feature a kind of content-based routing scaling up to a network of in CSC, like in this very simple animation. So I think I can finish my introduction, my presentation by saying that our students really like IoT and also, but also like to have life easy. And I think that let me just conclude this small presentation by endorsing this oneM2M resource, which is called oneM2M recipe. It contains a gorgeous list and of example, information, introduction, basics, recipes. So I think that these all the university that would like to approach to oneM2M student, they have to be close to this recipe, and of course the forthcoming TR00 57 that Pumina just have introduced. So I think I have finished. So I'm quite happy. So thank you very much for this invitation. I don't know if you've seen my screen or not.
Yeah, we have seen.
Have you seen my slide? Okay, perfect. Perfect.
Third floor.
Thank you, Mr. Yogi.
I want to save the time. Madan sir said 2 minutes, so I thought better walk before it starts. It's the clock of minutes. Yeah, okay.
So I now invite Miss Anuradha Vedam from Triple IT Hyderabad to deliver her talk.
Yeah, I got some upgrade. I have 5, 6 minutes. But yeah, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Anuradha from Triple Hyderabad. So as I was discussing earlier, like we have a whole campus as a small mini micro smart city. We thought like it's always easy to complain. What are the problems when someone implements? We thought let us better implement and understand what are the standards required, what are the issues, how we can overcome. Yeah, I come with a defense background, so I really know what fighting with devices means. So that is how I started. So when we say engagements, like it all started in 2019 with oneM2M, and we visited Toulouse last CNRS and got the oneM2M version from them. With that, we started deploying different nodes, and as of now, we have 300 nodes deployed with 10 domains. And last year, we signed a MOU with KT to understand how the Mobius platform can be used. And like we try to do as a part of a research institution, we try to implement, evaluate, and understand what are the plus and minus points. And recently, we also got associated with C.CCSP platform, and we are trying to implement. So we are saying like we have experimented with different oneM2M flavor, even Acme. So to understand which one is good at what and what are the plus points and minus points, and we try to discuss the details with them. And we have been participating in the hackathon last 4 years. We were receiving a prize. Thank you. So that is one thing. And as a part of academia initiative, we develop MOOC sessions, tutorials, and we have resources, and we have the practical implementation of those things. And we also run a college research affiliate program where we try to invite colleges. We conduct workshops so that they understand what is the IoT, how oneM2M can be used, what is the utility, so that they get a hands-on experience. And we experimented with OCF, IEEE 1451, everything we interface with oneM2M and try to understand what are the requirements. And we have like 6 faculty associated so that we know what are the things, hardware, software, standards, and what is the architecture we need to bring. And this is a whole stack we have built in our campus. Like we have a layer where it is a sensor layer, then we have the communication layer. One more thing is only IoT deployment doesn't play a key role. We need to understand which communication ensures last mile connectivity. The data doesn't reach the oneM2M or anything, the purpose is not served. So then we interface the oneM2M layer, and we also interface with Indian Urban Data Exchange. For smart city mission, that is the place where all the catalogs are maintained. Catalogs of all smart city data sets are maintained. We have interface with them, and data is available to multiple stakeholders, but through authentication. It's not public. So these are the various hardware nodes, and we try to see like solutions, local solutions for local problems, and we try to devise like retrofit models. Because one more thing is, if we just change the devices and try to deploy a new device, digital device, then how do we take care of the wastage? Environment is also equally important. We try to look into retrofit solutions, non-intrusive solutions, so the purpose is served and we get the required benefit and cost-effective solution. Yeah, if I had time, I would have gone a lot of stories, but let me just complete. So we experiment communication, LoRaWAN, Wi-Fi, RF mesh, Wi-Fi, 4G, eSIM, all the things, so that like if someone comes to me, what is a smart city solution? I have a LoRaWAN implementation. I have a solution. Wi-Fi, I have a solution. So we have tried everything so that it can be easy to suggest. And this is a oneM2M resource tree which we have developed for all the verticals. It's like a snapshot how the like 10 verticals. And this is how the data flows. All the sensors goes to oneM2M, subscribe to data warehouse, and it goes to dashboard, data exchange, Alexa, even home automation. All these interfaces are done. So if you visit Hyderabad, we get live here. And these are the various data sets available in the Indian Urban Data Exchange. And as I said, one more thing is like when you implement a solution, the visualization, how do you connect to the people makes a real crucial role. So we try to do different kinds of visualization. It's like live in our website, you can see the live visualization. It gives the live status, whatever is happening in the campus. And we have different analytics so that you can compare the performance of different nodes, understand what is happening, all those things. So I was saying like one day in football ground, the air quality level just was a hit. Then everyone was worried. I said, don't worry, football game is going on. So that is how you can get a lot of insights. Can I click this video? Just to small entertainment before tea time. So, so this is like we developed a game where she can walk through the campus, identify the nodes, click on the node, understand what is happening. She can run, jump, climb 3 floors in a jig. So this is the whole campus. Like our students only build this the whole application. It's a game available online. Again, you can see it. Like she can jump or find the nodes, and she can roam around the whole campus. And someone can't visit the place in Hyderabad, they get a free tour. Because we like trying to see how we can connect to the kids, youth, because they need to decide how the smart cities has to be. At least unless they understand the importance of all those things. Yeah, it is like it's going to the lab from where we work. And we also have a maintenance dashboard. That is one more major problem. Let us just imagine a lot of nodes, millions of nodes deployed. And suddenly one day you realize millions of nodes are dead. So there should be a data framework where it detects, brings out the outliers and tries to bring out the problems and say which is working, which is not working, or is there some outlier or some really bad condition. So we have a maintenance dashboard attached to it. We have developed multiple dashboards, and this is the digital twin where we took the campus, and like we are able to just create the whole water network. We created the sensor nodes, and each sensor node data model is made to represent the hardware node. We did collected huge data, and we tried to perform. See how it behaves when some temperature is there, if some impurity is there, how does it behave? All these things are covered here. But this also like, I don't know, am I permitted or not permitted? I don't know. How do you go to folder? Huh? So this is like the whole water network in triple IT campus, or not whole, a leg of water network, sorry. So it has a some water tank, and water supply to bathrooms, restrooms, all those things. So I can play around. There is a live mode where I can understand the parameters, and there is again a simulation mode. That's it. It's going here and it's not showing there. That's for the instance. Sorry, I think I should go there and so on. Sorry about it. So you can just go there. It tries to understand what are the parameters and how the things are varying. It's a live mode and a simulation mode where you can simulate some condition. If I add impurities, what would be the effect? And if I try to introduce leakages, what would be the effect? So we have a small representation of it in the demo. Is this coming? Yeah. So this has a live mode. I can try to do some simulation. Even I can try to do some actuation. Just a video. Fast forward. So it has alarms. It tries to give us alarms, notification, and like how to plan the resources, and we can even actuate the things. Again, if you come to a campus, we can show how it actuates and the real control based on the condition. And again, whatever we are showing here is a small model. It has a live dashboard and we close. So this is the with this in place, we have a living lab model where we connect to the corporate startups, smart cities, everyone, so that if startups have a solution, they can validate here. Smart cities want to validate some solution, they can come and validate it here, and even corporates are partners. We have a lot of corporate funded projects where we try to test the Bison interface, where Silicon Labs want to validate in India. So we try to ensure that they come here and deploy and test it. So that was a successful thing, and we work with the Hyderabad government projects also. And one thing we realized is like in a city when multiple vendors, as we were discussing from the morning, how do we impose standards? How do we make everyone follow standards? We realized it may be difficult to ask the people who already deploy to follow the standard. So we are coming with a solution where we call a city operating system where we can interface to any vendors and we try to ensure that we everything is oneM2M standard is followed, standard data models is followed, and data consumer can get a streamlined data and everything is standardized. So we are saying we give you a city operating system. That is what we are proposing a solution. I can just this is various feature. It supports multiple products, and we tested with all the platforms. As I said, oneM2M, OBS, and recently we started with CCSP2. So these platforms have been tested, and this is the whole flow. Like we have only City IoT operating platform with oneM2M inside, and any interface can be done with no issues. This is the user interface. And we also build a load simulator to validate, like if I can create a multiple simulation, different loads, can I just see what are the stats, how is the performance? All these things can be done. And we have got the 4-time consecutive winner, as we said. And this year in IMC India Mobile Congress, we got the best institute exhibit of the year. So we have been part of the many things. And finally, hackathon also we have done some remote labs where education becomes easier, and that too using oneM2M. And in news, and these we have a lot of publications, patents, and these are my coordinates. So, so I'll say the energy of the city pulses with endless opportunities and infinite possibilities. So there's a lot of work, a lot of opportunities. And I really thank you for the opportunity and the time for listening. Thank you all.
you, Ms. Anuradha. Now, before the tea break, we are having a first keynote of our next session, that is on M2M interworking, which will cover key aspects